Hi, this is Hara. I'm gonna introduce to ARC track in Xiamen, China. This is a starting line. The first, the home straight, the front of the driver stand. This is kind of nothing special. Just straight, not too long. Just keep in the middle. Okay, we're gonna walk to the first corner. So this is the first corner. It's kind of, this is one of the big points for the hairpins, because I think most of the people going to overshoot or overspeed into the corner, and then it's going to way too wide and then lost. Sometimes maybe 1 second lost because of this overshoot. And then normally all of the top guys, I think it's just stay in the inside line, hit early the brake, and just as tight as possible to turn the first hairpins. And then another important thing is after hairpin, if you can keep tight, you can go straight to it's kind of big step up jumps. These jumps was not really technical jumps, but also if you have over speed and then you have just way over jump to the next corner, so have to be careful to hit the brake first and then just a nice land the other side. Then I think it's okay. And starting a little bit bumpy here, I think. If you keep inside line here, you know, you can see some of the funny bumps in here. So sometimes the problem with when it's accelerate too fast. Yeah, another bumps also here. I think we don't have before, but now after practice, I think it's more bumps here. I think it's later maybe coming more worse and worse. So it's gonna be, I think this is the key point for the racing. So this is the first big jump after the hairpins. Actually, this is, you know, step jumps. So just hit the first step and then you can jump over to the other side. For now, I think it's nothing much problem for when you land on jumps, because still not too funny shape. But I can see already some spot have more angle, some spot have less angle. So later we can, I think it's more maybe feel difference. Maybe have to change line sometimes. So it's gonna be more difficult for later for sure. Also after that, it's kind of off camber with tight corner. So if you overshoot, also going to really wide and then lost a couple tenths of a second. So it's, I really like, also I like to keep really inside. But see something like also bumps in the inside line. So if going too tight, I think it's gonna flip or maybe something happens. So don't hit these things. Should be like this line, maybe the best. To go the one single tabletop. But this is also one of the points for this track. If you go more outside line to the right, have maybe better angle to the jumps, because it can be stay low. But if you stay in the middle or inside, it can go higher. So I think most of the people like to choose the outside line. But if going outside, have also dust, so it's kind of difficult to going to line for the outside. But I think it's more faster. So kind of here is the best spot because like not much angle. So I think its best spot is just right here. But I think it's so close with the pipe. So I think some people have the crash in this pipe. I can see many destroy things in here. So I think faster line, but I think it's more dangerous. If you stay on the line, it's pretty nice to drive. But if you go too much inside or outside, some of the dust over there. So have to stay at the middle line. I think it's the best. So this is after that, after tabletop, sweeper, and then another hairpins here. This is also not off camber, but I think it's more down the downhill slope. So if you go overshoot, overspeed, then easy get understeer for here. So have to reduce the speed a bit earlier, then hit a little brake, and then tight as possible to turn here. Makes better aim to the next corners. After this hairpins, it's kind of S shape to go on a right turn. To make after the corner have 3 jumps over there. It's kind of tricky. I think the fastest way is double and don't hit anything for the last jumps. So just the first double, just jump over from outside line. I think it's probably best for lap times. But I think this is one of the tricky point at this track. And also this jump have this kind of angle. So inside it's more higher, and then it's getting like the smaller to the end. So should be jumps middle or be outside to get more far jump. But I think it's also looks kind of getting destroyed here. So if after more the practicing or the qualify, I think it's going to be also destroyed, and I think it's have to change the line. So this is the second one. So kind of not difficult to over this double, but also it's the surface is not flat anymore. So I think it's the problem is after land. You have to be the car in the flat on downhill side. Then I think okay. But if you have some angle, I think it's gonna maybe some funny move on the car. But after double, still the last jumps in here, it's kind of still come to wide. So if you hit too much, then like kind of here, it's time for the big bump. So it's going to flip, or it's crashing, or lost a lot of time. So have to stay like this outside line. Also this is difficult because outside have more dust. It's kind of wide open double jump. So this is maybe one of the easiest jumps. But if you keep inside line, somehow, some reason like it just car go higher but not go forward. So sometimes just hit the second jumps and then the car flip over or the crash after the jump. So have to be stay in the middle or a little bit outside. But also outside, it's also close with the pipe. So if you go too much outside, and then I think car will just go over the pipe, and then you have to wait for the marshal. So I think it's middle line. I think it's the best. I think here it's more dust compared to the other surface. So if go too much outside like here, it's dust all the way. So I think this car doesn't go forward because it's just tire slipping with the dust. So I think this is the limit line to go this double jumps. So car is like kind of bouncing here. You can carry the good speed, and then maybe you can jump over this double. But I think if you take too much bumps and then car doesn't go forward, I think it's hard to get the double jump. So have to be safe. Carry good speed, but you have to be a safe line in the middle. And kind of this is my the favorite point for this track. I think most of the people do are just a single because it's more safe. But if you have good speed beginning of these jumps, and then you can jump over to the double. So and then I think you have a lot of advantage for the lap times. So I do sometimes for nitro cars. Kind of for me it's not too difficult to over these jumps, but for electric car I think it's too much horsepower, like too much quicker, the RPM going up, and then for me it's a little bit more hard to jump for the electric car here. But if you can, I think it's at least maybe 0.3 faster because of these double jumps. So that's why this is my favorite the jumps. Wide open, nice back straight, and you need a lot of horsepower. So engine just lean it out, It's kind of my engine screaming on here. Oh, I found some like more the bumps in here, because maybe somebody starting like the double jumps, or after single maybe many people hit here, so it's gonna be more the big gap from here, maybe trouble for later. But actually this straight also is not completely flat. It's some little bumps, the waves, a little bank. I think you can see from this view there's a big angle, like the camber. So car actually not really going straight. It's car want to go inside and inside because of the camber here. But it's really feel good because it's long straight, engine screaming. If you have good power, I think also you can win maybe 1/10 or 2/10 per lap. So some of here, like a little bumps here. I think I saw some of the driver have a problem with this bumps, and then hit this bumps, and then car just flip over, and then it's going to the outside wall because it's really high speed. So I think this is, if you drive carefully, maybe okay. But if you have a kind of like unlucky timing, then the car hit this bumps, and then maybe the dangerous. I think it's most dangerous spot here. I think it's normally from outside to go inside, then out again. But I think it's the lane was, I think you can see clearly a bit narrower to the end. So some people just going too much outside and then over the pipe and going outside. So here also kind of have to be careful to keep inside lines. And actually this is kind of downhill. So the speed is still going to, they carry more speed because of downhill. But after this downhill, oh, this is, I didn't know this. It's a lot of this kind of groove here, and then maybe car feel sometimes funny because of this. I think it's a lot of the groove in here. Hard to keep tight line because downhill with a bit off camber line here. So even you don't feel not overshoot, overspeed, but still car going to like outside because of the downhill and off camber. And plus the best inside line. Inside line is the best, but it's still starting to make the big bumps here. So I think this is also make car spin out, or maybe go just more even outside because of the hit the bumps. So this is also one of the key points for this track. I think it's my best line was here, inside the bumps. But it's really hard to get into this line because of it's hard to see from the driver's side sometimes because kind of the a little bit blind spot in here. But I think it's the inside line here. I think is the fastest. And after this happening, have the double jumps, but you cannot jump over, even if you have a lot of power, because there's not enough angle here, so too smooth. So mostly everyone's just go single.
The boss is leaving.
And this single also you can, if you can keep the good speed for single, and I think it's will make the big difference for the lap times.
Let's go.
So don't hit too much for the second jumps. Maybe land on here, and then pull trigger again, and then it's kind of jump in here. I think it's more faster. But also here have the bumpy spot in here, so I think it's going to be more difficult for later.
7:30 bus tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to start at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
This is, I think, is the biggest destroy spot for this track. I think I didn't see that before. I think it's going to be, yeah, all my shoes can go inside. Maybe this is the problem for later. good to see now. So after these single jumps, it's kind of a tight left turn. Also have a bumps here. So have the bumps here also. I think it's just gonna be, it's really big bumps for the all over the car. So yeah, I think it's just stay inside line. I think it's more safe. And then it's quick turn to the left. It's kind of, you can see some like a washboard, like many small bumps in there. So it's also sometimes can feel like going outside or inside, unstable because of this, the washboard things. And this looks not difficult for the double jump, but actually you can jump, but not easy because they're also kind of low angle. So if you miss the speed, and I think you hit the second one, and then I think car flip over. And after these double jumps, see also another bumps here, the big rocks here. I think it's because most of people land here, but I think it's later day. I think it's later this weekend. I think is you cannot land here, so I think you have to change the line. Maybe outside. I think it's the better choice. And another left turn to go last double jumps. This is actually not really difficult, but I think first double was also low angle, so you have to carry a lot of speeds, kind of full throttle and full power to over the first double jumps. But second double jumps were not too difficult to jump over. So I think it's the point is the first the double jumps you need the full power. Also some little wave, many bumps in here. It's still smooth, so I think it's not too big trouble, but I think sometimes you can lose the speed because of this bump. So after these jumps, also starting like the funny glue because many people land same spot, and also some slippery dust here, so should be land on the somewhere like here. It may have a more grip, no dust. And then the last double jumps in here to the finish line. I think this is just adjust the speed, not overshoot, over speed to over the ditch jumps. Then I think you can have a good lap times.
Thank you, Hara.